7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jennings. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free of the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real. All right, listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button. We're trying to get our subs up. All right, trying to get our subscriptions up. All right. So if you have to create an email and subscribe, do it. But listen, make sure you subscribe and also hit the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. That'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, wait, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Man, we have a mobile app. So wherever you get your apps from, it doesn't matter where you get your apps from. It doesn't matter. Just go there, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, Goldblatt's, Zayre, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. And if you're watching this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Yay. Come on, man. We have our own Roku channel. Sports Zone Chicago has their own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to the television. Put it right there next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Max, Apple Plus, Disney Plus, Stars. Hey, speaking of Stars, they got Power Book 4 with Tommy. Power Book 4 Force with Tommy. Man, they're filming season 3 already. I'm liking it. Seeing it all up and down my timeline. Yeah. But do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel and put it right there on the TV next to all of them. All of them. Okay? Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me, personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle. For Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at The Shawn Sierra. That's TheShawnSierra. Now, if you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at The Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we have a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, do us a favor. Leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. I'll post it on the screen. It'll get incorporated into the show. And that, my peoples, is why this is the best morning Chicago sports talk show around you. So bring it, baby. We want all of it. Give me all your questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it, just bring it. Let's check out the chat line, see what's going on already. Vernon Fairley, what up? Vernon, what is the 5 thing? I'm telling you, what is the 5 fingers to the face? Falcons what? Slap. I'm telling you. There's certain people, man. Oh, some good tea. Certain people, do it for me, man. Certain people trigger me. You know, they trigger me. Yes. Conita Squall's in the house. What up, Papa? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Be smooth. Brian Hendren in the house. Good morning. Happy Friday. My girl, Lavette Lee in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Mom. Thank you for tuning in. My man, Mr. Shode, is in the house. What's up, Papa? He's sneaking off from work and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's love. That's support right there. Man, yes, sir, Bob. My man, Michelle Walls in the Mickey house. Mickey Ficky, TGIF, baby. You know it. And listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. Speaking of the show, man, we have a phenomenal show for you at 9:30 at the bottom of the hour. My man, one of St. Rita's finest, Southside Zoe. Matt Zawaski is going to join us, talk a little spring training. The games have begun. Well, they began last year. Nothing happened with Parkins, Shorty. Nothing happened with Parkins. He just bothers me. That's all. He just bothers me. I don't know the dude. I've never met him. He just bothers me. Oh, don't. Yeah, don't worry. We talking about that too, Be Smooth. We got that. We got that too. Yeah. All right, perfect. I just had to make sure the warden's getting picked up. She's good. Yeah, so at 9:30, Matt Zawaski from Pinwheels and Ivy Podcast and Sports Mockery. He's going to join us talking baseball. And then about 10:15, 10:20, my man. You can see him every Saturday morning here on this network. He's part of the Smoke Fellas. I don't know whether he's Lucky Lefty, Lean Martin. What name he goes by? He doesn't go by this name always, and that's Mr. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. My man, Damani Pugh, is going to join us at about 10:15, 10:20, talking Bears. We have a lot to talk about. It just won't die. Can't we just stop talking about it and talk about something else? You got to have someone else chime in and say something stupid or say something disrespectful. It's a shame the way people act toward Justin. Whether you like him or not, whether you want him or not, that's not the point. The point is he's a human being. The point is give him some respect. The point is you're going to say stuff. You say stuff behind a mic, but you wouldn't say to his face because he'd tell you to go fuck yourself. You know, it's amazing how people talk about athletes like they're not human, which is why the last press conference I said, hey, listen. I said, hey, congratulations. First thing, after I said, hey, I got a question I got a positive question for you that'll make you smile. And he started laughing. He goes, come with it. I said, well, first and foremost, I said, I want to say congratulations on the win. Remember, it was the Atlanta game, the snowy game. I was like, I want to say congratulations on the win. I said, because sometimes when you get up there, I said, we just tend to bark questions at you. And I said, I don't want to do that. I want to let you know that I'm happy for you, that congratulations on the win. They're human. They're human. And to treat them and to talk about them in a way. Because believe me, I got no problem saying anything to anybody. Okay? I don't. Okay? And if it gets to be blackballed, whatever. But, Have some respect for some people. You know what I mean? Have some respect. You don't have to like them. Okay? You could want Caleb. You could love Caleb. And that's fine. But have some respect for people. Because as of right now, he still is the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. The team that you allegedly love. and follow. We'll talk more about this nonsense as the show goes on. But that kind of pissed me off when media people just, and fans too, but fans are, they're just going to do that. But have some professional courtesy. But then again, when you make your living as trying to be a shock jock and crazy takes, okay, well then that's where you live. That's where you reside. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Where goes one? Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Hide that. So 9:30, my man Matt Zawaski from Sports Mockery and the Pinwheels Ivy Podcast is going to join us talking spring training baseball as games begin today for our team. South side versus the north side. It is a cross-desert classic, as they were saying on Mully and Hall this morning. A cross-desert classic as opposed to a cross-town classic. That's funny. No, listen, don't worry, Papa. You're good. You're not late at all. You're not late at all. But I actually forgot what I was going to say. Pardon me. Well, listen, because we're starting early. We got to get going, baby. We got to go. We got to go. What are we doing? So here it is, guys. You know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
First top of the morning topic the other day, the Blackhawks, they fall. They fell to the Philadelphia Flyers 3-1 on Wednesday. Soderblom, he stopped 30 of 33 shots. The only goal tallied by the Blackhawks was Blackwell, his fourth of the season, his fourth lamplighter of the season. And Anderson was the only assist. So it's just a tough go right now. All right, they're exciting. Connor's back, but it's just a tough go right now. And tonight, the Blackhawks, they host the Winnipeg Jets at the United Center on the west side. Puck drop is 7:30. You can see that game on NBC Sports Chicago and NBC Sports Chicago Plus. It's on both of them. Why? I don't know. Or you can listen to them on the radio, 7:20 a.m., their flagship stations. The next top of the morning topic, the Bulls. Yeah, that was a rough one. The Bulls fall to the Boston Celtics on the west side. They're at home, 129-112. Nikola Vucevic, he led the way with 22 points, 14 boards. Kobe White, 20 points on 4 for 9 from three-point range. That's 44%. I will take that, baby. DeMar DeRozan contributed 19 points in the loss. The Bulls don't play again until Sunday when they're at New Orleans, and that game is at 6 p.m. Tip off at 6 p.m., and you can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago Plus, because the Blackhawks, after they play tonight and hosting the Winnipeg Jets, they host the Detroit Red Wings and Patrick Kane. It's also Chris Chelios' jersey retirement night, I want to say, and Michael Jordan's supposed to be in town for that. I remember them talking about that. And that game's going to be on NBC Sports Chicago. So the Bulls game, because the Hawks started 5, the Bulls started 6. The Bulls are going to be in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans. So you can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago Plus, or listen to the Bulls game on 6:70 a.m., their flagship station. You can catch all the Blackhawk games on the radio at 7:20 a.m., which is their flagship station. Well, the next top of the morning topic. Man, I'm happy for him. He's got a place to, He's got something. Okay, he's got something. Former White Sox, Tim Anderson. Okay. Tim Anderson signed a 1-year, $5 million deal with the Miami Marlins. And that was in the works. That had been talked about on Wednesday. But it gets done yesterday. So he's got to prove it here. All right. He's going to be down there with Jake Berger at third. I think it's a good start for Tim. It really, really is. I'm happy for him. I hope he really takes advantage of this opportunity. 1 year, $5 million. Okay, it's not the $14 million that they declined, but it's giving you a shot to earn another contract. All right, so live within your means. In Miami, that can be tough. Well, you got money from here, so it's not like you're in the wick line by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely not in the wick line. That's for sure. Next up, the morning topic, baby. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about, baby, today. Not only do we discuss Cubs Sox, but Catholic League play starts today. And it's a cross-desert classic. The White Sox travel across the other side of Phoenix to Mesa, Arizona, to take on the Cubs at Sloan Park. First pitch is at 2:05 p.m. our time. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago, which is the White Sox broadcast. You can also catch it on the Marquee Network, which is the Cubs broadcast. Catch the White Sox, if you want the White Sox radio call, it's AM 1000, their flagship station. If you want to listen to the Cubs call with Ron Coomer and who's the other guy? You can listen to 670 AM. I know my Cub fans are going to be pissed. I can't think of his name either. I just can't. I don't know. AC Adam in the house. What's up, Papa? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. It really is. But you just got to accept people for who they are. Accept people for who they are. And you don't have to like them. But just realize this is what people have become. You'd be surprised. Power goes to people's heads. Celebrity, notoriety, that goes to people's heads quickly. And when you've been doing it for so long, like he has, all right, so a lot of times people, their celebrity or the fact that they're on TV and the fact that they're on radio or the fact that they're on both, okay? Now it's even podcasters. Love to think that they have a much higher opinion of themselves. Feel they can say what they want about whoever they want. And I don't mean professionally. If you're doing it professionally, cool. That's our job. When you go after someone and say he's a bum, he's a clown, he's this, he sucks, and come on, man. Now you're going after someone personally. And I don't think there's a need for that. And unfortunately, social media has really, really, really become a cesspool for that because everyone has a platform and everyone can say what they want. It's unfortunate. Because if you think about it, if that was you they were talking about, if that was your son or your daughter they were talking about, you probably wouldn't be so flippant with your thumbs. Little thumb thugs, we call them. Little thumb thugs. Oh, man. That's funny. Little thumb thugs. And you know what? You know what's crazy about today? There's a lot of hope in Sloan Park for the Cubs. New season springs eternal, and you're looking for stuff and you're looking for a good year, and rightfully so. Still trying to sign Bellinger. Like, stop playing around. Go get him. Again, I told you, start at 170, negotiate, give him 185. I mean, hell, if you got to give him 190, 195, the hell would do it. But just get him back. And the one thing is, it's interesting. The Cubs are going for it. The White Sox, well, who knows what the hell we're doing. Here's the starters for today. Jesse Chavez for the White Sox. This 40-year-old guy who was about to retire. What? Who the hell is that? He's going up against Jordan Wick for the Cubs. It's sad. I'm telling you, it is extremely unfortunate to be a White Sox fan right now. Extremely unfortunate. You can't, I'm telling you, I can't just like go pick another team. If I had a team from Jump Street, like in football, I've been a 49ers fan for the longest time. You know, if the Bears didn't win it, I wanted the Niners to win it. I like the Cowboys a little bit with the big three, but they were number 3. They came in, and then at 3, then when they started sucking, then they left. But always Bears number 1, 49ers number 2. Always. Like the Patriots, but liked it from afar. I usually, you know why I couldn't stand them? Because all my wicked pissa Boston friends from Holy Cross were so arrogant about it. I would have been arrogant too. I'd have been a prick as well. If my team went to 10 Super Bowls in 20 years, I'd be a little snobby as well. Believe you me. Believe you me. I'd be a little snobby. But I digress. Dude, who the hell is Jesse Chavez? Not that I expect Dylan Cease to start. I mean, would like him to start. Get him, two innings. All right. Garrett Crochet starting in the next couple of days. He's getting 1 inning, which is great for us to see. Just slowly but surely bringing him back, which I think is great. And we're still going to see. I'm still seeing if I'm going to make it out to Arizona. So we'll find out. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, my man, DC, Derek Carter's in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Papa. How you doing? Yeah. Hey, Sienna. Shawn, WG1. What's good? What's good, one? Cornelius, Shorty, DC, Brian Michon, Bear, down. You know it, baby. Oh, man, James Ford. Said Mr. Shorty's in the house already. He's ducking and diving. He got us in the background on his laptop while he's working, or his computer's desktop. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, we're going to talk about what Justin said. All right. We're going to talk about it today as well with Cornelius, with Damani. And, we're going to play both clips. We'll play that clip, and then we'll play the cap clip. And there's got to be, you got to draw a line somewhere. You just have to. Like, you just can't talk about athletes and like they're, I mean, and it's just bothersome to me. It's really, really bothersome to me if you couldn't tell. Being a former athlete, a professional athlete, it's like, we're human, dude. Doesn't matter how much you make. Doesn't matter, if you like us or don't like us. We're still human. Don't sit there and talk to people about people like that. It's just bothersome. No, he's been there for a while. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, you could want Caleb, and that's cool, man. It's more than fine. You could lay out your arguments. You could lay that. All right, cool. First of all, you're not going to convince me that Caleb is better than Justin. Secondly, you're damn sure not going to convince me that Caleb is a better fit to lead this team than Justin. Oh, Cap is big time anti-Justin. Big time. Big time. That's why he fits with a couple of podcasts and stuff who are on that side of the fence. And that's cool. More power to him, whatever. Oh, trust me, I will. I'm going to tag people. When it comes out, when they make that trade, they trade the number 1 overall pick, I'm going to be the biggest prick. Because, again, I don't dislike Caleb at all. I told you, you guys, if you watch the show, one of my buddies, one of my best friends from college was his high school coach. So I am not going to wish him any ill will at all. I just think Justin's a better fit to lead this team. That's all. So you can throw stats out at me, And it's funny when people say, well, look how he missed the receiver. Look here. I'm like, do you know? Or he can't read coverages. And my question is, can you read coverages? Can you read coverages? So you have to be able to read coverages to know what coverage it is to tell that he can't read coverages. So don't sit there and tell me he can't read coverages because you heard it from someone who has an agenda. Craziness. Now you got me fired up on this Friday. Thank God it's TGI Mickey Ficky Friday, baby. Whew. I got to take a break. I got to take a break because I'm on fire, baby. And on the other side of the break, my man, one of St. Rita's finest, Southside Zoe, is in the house. He's going to join us, Matt Zawaski from the Pinwheels and Ivy Podcast. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
I think, just from a player standpoint in general, a lot of the conversation on offense revolved around, adaptability. What can you do with, different pieces of the puzzle depending on each year? Each year in this league is going to be its own individual year. And I think priding ourselves on having an offensive system, a group of coaches that can adapt and adjust the scheme to the player's skill set, because it's our job first to be great teachers. And then second, to be able to put guys in the right position, in the best position for their own individual success to lead to our team's success. So a lot of the conversation revolved around not just the quarterback position. Obviously, that's a starting point on offense. But how does that look for every position as team and as teams adapt each year and as players adapt?
Safe to say this is an offense, though, whether it's Justin or a college quarterback that, to be named later, that could work for either one of them.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Chicago Bears. That was new offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. Just kind of his assessment of what's going on. I think he did a phenomenal job yesterday of avoiding the, 600-pound gorilla in the room. Man, they prepped him. They prepped him. So we're going to see how it plays out. Is JF1 staying? Or are they drafting Caleb? Or are they drafting Drake May? Or are they drafting Jaden Daniels? I don't know. We'll find out. But today's a fun day. Well, for most baseball fans, not us White Sox fans, because today really sucks for us. But ni modo. Spring training games start for our teams as they play the Cross Desert Classic out in Mesa, Arizona at Sloan Park. Sox travel to Cubs, and my next guest is a good friend of the program, and we're going to talk about it from the Stats White Sox angle. You can find him on Twitter at Pinwheels Ivy Pod. That's where his podcast Twitter handle is. But he is at Southside Zoe. Again, one of St. Rita's finest, my man, Matt Zawaski. Matt, what's up, Papa? Good morning.
What's going on, man? Good morning. I don't know if I want to be called St. Rita's finest anymore. Their basketball team freaking stinks this year. You see, they won 2 games this year.
Bro, they did what the Bears defense did last year. They gutted it. It was gutted to the studs.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. A buddy of mine who went to De La Salle, he couldn't wait to send me that final score graphic. They beat them by like 40.
Oh, my goodness. And then I go to CrossFit with a dude from Marist, one of the football coaches at Marist. And, they just bought that little fitness area right there on Ridgeland and College Drive. I'm like, dude, I didn't realize how big that thing was.
It's huge.
I did not realize. Dude, I went by today after coming out of CrossFit because I take Ridgeland down. And I was like, I was coming in this morning and I looked and it was like, whoa, it was like, I was like, oh, jeez, that is big. Yep. So after CrossFit, I turned in a parking lot and I just drove. I'm like, damn.
You know how easy it's going to be for their team to sit down in kids' living rooms in the south suburbs like that and just be like, hey, our practice facility is 10 minutes away. Like, and it's state of the art and brand new. And I can go on and on, but let's talk about baseball.
the sunny subject of our White Sox.
Yep. Actually, so Shawn, this is going to be weird, but I have a disease where every year I find a good mindset to go on with the White Sox, and this year's no different.
Okay. All right.
I think when you don't have any expectations for a team, really the only way they can go is up. And
I hear you.
Chris Getz has come in with a plan. At least there's a plan. There's a plan. And it seems like the plan is to get more speed, to get marginally better on defense. It was tough to watch White Sox games last year as someone who is a big a fan of baseball as I am and watch them make little league mistakes game after game after game. Ground balls, fly balls, hitting the cutoff man, taking the extra base, slide.
You mean the fundamentals? Oh, those things?
Yes. And so that seems to have been on paper corrected. Now, these aren't names that are going to jump off the page at you. These aren't Cody Bellinger. It's not any of these other big free agents, but what we got going here, and I said this on my show, and I'm going to keep saying it, we basically got the makings of a Disney movie going on. A ragtag bunch of misfits that everybody counted out that were on their last leg. Some of these guys are playing to stay in the league. Some of these guys are playing because this is their first shot at a starting position. And, hungry dogs tend to run faster.
Yeah.
And that's all this team, top to bottom, is hungry dogs. And I mean, even the guys that we all know and love, Yohan Moncada, contract year. Eloy Jimenez, contract. And he's got an option, but still, he's playing for that next big piece of paper.
Big deal. Yeah.
I mean, all these guys, you go down the line. The only one that's locked up for a while with any certainty is the best player on the team, Luis Robert Jr. Everybody else is playing for that paper. And then you got guys like Paul DeLong. This is it for him. This is, hey, guys, I can still do it. He's on that Elvis Andrews vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I got to show the league that I can still do it. And then on the flip side of that, now you got the kids. Like, they just traded. I like this trade. They traded and got a kid named Dominic Fletcher from the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Probably going to start in right field. Southsiders are going to love this kid. Little guy, 5'6", 185 pounds.
Whoa.
Fast as hell. Doesn't have a lot of pop, but he did have 2 home runs in under 100 at-bats in the majors last year. He's fast, though, and, man, he hustles. He's defensively sound. He's going to take that extra base. The Diamondbacks had a very good problem in which they had 4 rows of outfielders that they could start in the MLB. Now, you always kind of have to take a step back and look at big picture, and you look at some of the hirings that the White Sox did in the front office after they got Getz. The guy who developed and ran one of the top farm systems in baseball the last couple of years in the Diamondbacks, bringing up guys like Corbin Carroll and guys like Dominic Fletcher and Jake McCarthy and all these other guys, he now works for the White Sox. He got a promotion. He's in the White Sox front office now. If you don't think he was in Chris Getz's ear and like, hey,
grabbed his kid. Yeah.
Go get me this kid. You can get him for cheap too because they don't play him. And it's not like he wasn't playing because he's not good. He's not playing because their outfield is stacked.
Yeah, that's a good
I
problem.
really wanted the hometown kid to come back. You know, the center fielder they got that went to Carmel. His name's escaping me right now.
Alex
Thomas.
Yeah.
His mom
I didn't because then I would have to hear Jordan Lynch. 'Cause I work out with Jordan. Then I have to hear him talking. I'm like, boy.
But yeah, I mean,
he's a good dude.
He's a good ball player. And let me tell you something: Arizona fans overvalue the hell out of that kid.
Yeah.
I put up a hypothetical trade early in the offseason for Dylan Cease to go to Arizona, and I included Alex Thomas. And no way, you can't touch Alex Thomas. What? Why?
Not even for Dylan Cease?
yeah. Wait, why? And they were all telling me, and like, so you hit him back. You know how Twitter goes. You hit him back with stats and numbers, and they're like, well, did you see what he did in the playoffs? Like, well, a lot of guys become heroes in the playoffs, man. Larry Garcia was a hero in the playoffs. Doesn't mean he's not untouchable. But anyways, so that's where I'm going in with this season. This spring training is going to be very interesting. My 2 co-hosts are actually going to be at the game down in Arizona today, watching and reporting back. Obviously there's massive holes in this team, but it could break good is what I'm saying. It's not all doom and gloom in my eyes. The bullpen's hilarious, but other than that, we'll see. I mean, I really just want to, they're going to be playing that Ozzie Guillen style small ball that, people loved in the early 2000s when it won us the championship. So,
but it's not even that, dude. We still got talent. That's the issue. We still have talent. We still got Lubov. We still have Yo-Yo. We still have Eloy. We still have Vaughn. So we still have some pop. We still have some. It's not like they gutted it completely. So in the thing that you said that got me super excited was that they're going back to the basics. Like, oh my God, how crazy is that? Take the extra base, steal bases. You know what I mean? Hit the cutoff man. Crazy, crazy stuff. I know that's new wave shit to some people, but my goodness, like you do that. I mean, if you're fundamentally sound, that'll win you an extra 5 to 10 games a year. Just relying on your fundamentals. Something we haven't done, and something that you and I have preached, something Ozzie's preached, something that won Ozzie a World Series. But for whatever reason, guys, they'll say it, okay, but they won't follow through, and that's the frustrating part. I don't give a damn if you're hitting 30 homers and all this stuff. Get the ball to the right side when there's a runner on second. All right, move them over, do your job, and that's the thing is everybody wants hero ball. doesn't always work, man. And that got me excited, man. I want to see guys steal bases. I want to see good defense. I want to see double plays up the middle. I want to see Lou Bob cover everything from the Wisconsin to the Indiana border. You know what I mean? It's got me excited, dude. But
it's going to be a lot more fun to watch.
I'm debating. I think you might have sealed it because I was wondering whether or not to go to opening day.
Oh, you gotta go opening day. Even if they're terrible, you go to opening day because that's the community, man. That's the vibe. You know how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the only thing. My guy's like, it's $75, like 100 level ticket. And I'm like, oh, as you have a party, as you have a tailgate. He's like, no, we're not tailgating. I'm like, you're not tailgating. I'm like, well, what the hell am I going for? And I'm like, he's like, and I said, well, I'm gonna go to the other person. They're like, she's not tailgating either. I'm like, she's not throwing a tailgate either. They're like, no. I'm like, damn, what the hell? I'm like,
man, if I end up going, I'll hit you up. Come to Lot B. There's a lot of podcasts, a lot of shows, and we all get together in Lot B, dude. It's you can meet everybody. I mean, the 108 guys, Chicago Sports Bums, Barstool usually shows up, and it's a jam, dude. It's not DJ style jam. It's more
networking jam.
Southside Irish jam where people fall down and that kind of jam. But it should be interesting, man. I mean, I know you're a Yohan Moncada guy, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun this year because Yohan is definitely the type of guy that's motivated from the paper. And
well, let's not get it twisted. I am a huge Yo-Yo fan, but I've also been very critical of him as well.
You have been, which is
because
fair.
Of his talent. Because of his talent, that's why I've been critical. And I hope he got. I hope he got his mind right, bro. I really do, because that dude could be phenomenal. Whether he wants to be a power hitter or he wants to go gap to gap, which I think is better for him. But either way, he can still succeed. Either way, just decide and go with it. Stop making these damn videos unless you get more hot chicks.
He spoke to the back injury. He said he's finally up to 100%, which a lot of guys do before spring training. But the big thing again is, if it's not coming from the White Sox, he's basically auditioning for every other team in the league because he's going to need a new contract from somebody next year. If he's healthy, and like a lot of these guys, if he can stay healthy, we saw the last 2 months of the season when the White Sox were just mathematically eliminated already, there wasn't a better player at third base than Yohan Moncada around baseball. He was a stud. The glove's always been it. Even when he's slumping, the glove's always there. But now they're saying a lot of these guys that are down there in Arizona talking about how he's going oppo from both sides of the plate and he's hitting the ball with conviction and everything's going good. And I would love to see the Yohan Moncada that was the top prospect in baseball.
You and me both, dog. You and me both. That would be wow. So let's go down that hypothetical road, the what if road. So what if he comes out and he plays well. He does, and he's slapping it from foul line to foul line, gap to gap, and stealing bases. And we know his defenses ain't going anywhere. So he's a vacuum over at third. Gives it 20-ish homers, 25 homers, give or take. And so what do you do with him next year? You bring him back? And if you do, are you at the quarter mark? Or you going to? We'll give you a $20 million a year because he's making 25 this year.
Yeah, he's not going to get Manny Machado money. Let's just be very clear about that. One season's not going to get you $200 million. You know what I mean? They're still going to remember the 3 dog shit seasons he had before this one. So don't get that twisted. But I mean, that's basically that's the carrot at the end of the stick for him all season. Is he's got to know, I just had 2 good months. I just added a couple more numbers onto that contract.
Yeah.
We got to keep going like this. And you could tell early, I'm a big, it's all over White Sox. I'm a big vibe guy. I'm a big reading people's
body language.
And
okay.
He seems like he wants to play baseball. The last couple of years, it was kind of oh fuck, I got to go to work. But now it's he's pumped. He's talking up Eloy. He's talking up his teammates. I don't know who exactly was the quote unquote cancer in the locker room last year. I don't know who it was. All I know is a lot of guys are gone, and all of a sudden this team, it's weird because they never used to talk each other up. They never used to talk about anybody else. It was all me. Yeah. I watched interviews with Eloy, Luis, Moncada, their new second baseman, Nicky Lopez, all these guys, and they barely talked about themselves at all. Everything else was about how good their teammate is going to be. And to me, that's a big difference. And
it's a really good sign.
It is a good sign. And again, I'm not pointing the fingers. I'm not saying it was one guy or the other or, whatever, because there are people with theories, but all that I care about is what's happening now. And what's happening now seems like I said, a Disney movie in the making, where you got this ragtag group of a lot of no names. Like, look at the catcher position for the White Sox. They got Martin Maldonado. Martin Maldonado was born in 1986. If you play with him on MLB The Show, out of 100, his speed rating's 2. I'm just sitting there.
So he'll get there in about 10 minutes. He'll get down the line in about 10 minutes.
But he's got an absolute cannon for an arm, and that's going to be a big thing this year because, one, we all know the bases are bigger. We saw Ronald Acuna put up a 70-50 year, which is still just blows my mind. And two, they just passed a new rule. You can't block the base anymore. So you know how, like, when the shortstop comes in, he would always put his leg down there and block his – can't do that anymore. So stolen bases are going to go through the roof this
And that's
year.
they're trying because they want more scoring.
Exactly. It's more exciting. And so I don't know if Getz knew that or this is the reason why, but to go out and get guys like Max Stassi, Martin Maldonado, guys who are defensive first catchers who can't get those guys, to me, that's a good play. That's a good, I mean, they're not going to hit. These are 9 hitters, 8 hitters, because I know they like to flip the lineup. But yeah, and I don't know. There's just, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove me wrong, I guess is what I'm saying. And there's a lot of question marks, like Garrett Crochet. He wants to be a starter. He's been working out all offseason to be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
They already said he's going to
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
for one inning he got is what I was reading. So which is good.
And
ramp him up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Stretch him out. And to hear they got 16 guys competing for 5 starting spots, and 2 of those are already gone. Cease and Soroka that's already that issue. So they're basically fighting for 3 spots. Last year, the White Sox couldn't find a 5th guy. They were calling up dudes from single A to come in and fill innings. Like, they couldn't find anyone. And now they got, Dylan Cease. We don't know what Michael Kopech's going to do this year.
Right.
They still got Tukey. Soroka was in that deal. Soroka, he's another big if. If he can get back to where he was before the injury, that's a steal. They got Fetty Wap, our boy Fetty. So one of my co-hosts is a prominent high school baseball coach in Vegas, Kevin Fiddler, and he's coached guys from Chris Bryant, Bryce Harper, a lot of MLB players, and Eric Fetty was one of them. Now, Fetty got to the show. He stunk. And like a lot of pitchers that stink, he went over to Japan. Well, when Homeboy was in Japan, he shut up and listened and learned a thing or two. Added 2 pitches because they're all about ball movement in Japan. Like, those guys aren't going to mow. You can't
not mowing you down. Yeah.
No, you can't go to Japan and think you're going to just throw 101 mile an hour and you're going to get guys out. Those guys will smack. Look at Ohtani. They'll smack that thing like a fly swatter. But it's all about movement. So he learned a split finger. He learned how to make his changeup. And he won their equivalent of a Cy Young last year in that Japanese league. And he was an MVP. And so he's coming over. Yeah. And he's coming over to the White Sox on a, hey, I can play in the majors deal. And apparently the early returns are like, this dude, he did something over there. And Brian Bannister, the new pitching coach for the White Sox, is the big reason why he came.
Isn't it Floyd's son?
Yes, I believe so. And that's the big reason why he had offers from a bunch of different teams, and he came to the White Sox because of Bannister. And then they got these other, like, they got Chris Flexen in the deal with the Mariners. That's a guy that was a high draft pick, and if he control is an issue, but you can fix control. Control's a fixable problem.
Dude, you're getting me excited, dude. I'm gonna have to call my guy today. Like, yeah, all right, give me that opening day ticket.
Now, there is not a single thing on the face of this earth that makes me think this team is gonna, even a playoff team. But I'll tell you what this team's gonna be. They're gonna be watchable. Last year was unwatchable. Couldn't watch it. Terrible. Fundamentally, just the guys. It looked like, they were clocking in to go work in a warehouse for 12 hours. Like, they looked miserable. Shoulders were slumped. Nobody was talking. Everything was me, all this shit. This year, it's going to be watchable. You're going to have a lot of fun when they're winning. And when they're losing, you're going to learn some stuff. But it's it's going to be an interesting year for the White Sox. It's going to be a lot more fun ride than last year because you have guys that actually care and want to play.
Guys, we're joined by Matt Zawaski from the Pinwheels Ivy Podcast, Sports Mockery, and talking White Sox baseball here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Best case scenario. Yo-Yo has a career year because he wants that paper. Eloy grows the hell up and he realizes he wants some more paper and he has a good year. Lubob continues to Lubob. And Andrew Vaughn does some of the things that we want him to do. Where do you see this team being toward down the stretch? And what's gonna is the pitching or the lack thereof, is that gonna hurt them? Because they're fundamentally sound. We already talked about that'll win you 2 to 5. I mean, between 5 and 10 games somewhere in there. But as the pitching, is that going to be their downfall, their Achilles heel?
So it's all kind of tied together. So when you are on the mound and you have guys behind you that can make every play, so you're not so worried about missing your spot by half an inch. You can go up there and you can actually throw. Whereas if you go up there and you're like, oh God, these guys suck. I gotta be.
Don't hit it to Tim Anderson. Don't hit a routine ground ball to Tim Anderson.
I gotta be perfect. I gotta be perfect. I gotta hit this spot. I gotta be perfect. That weighs a lot on a guy, and that's why you saw guys like Lance Lynn and some of these other guys that as soon as they left the White Sox and were pitching for teams that were behind them, they looked different on the mound.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. The White Sox have some horses too. The big. He won't come up this year. I mean, if he comes up, he either did something incredibly awesome or the White Sox are in deep doo-doo. But Noah Schultz is down in single A ball. Kid's 6'9", 220 pounds, lefty. Or I'm sorry. No, he is a lefty. He's a lefty. If you want to feel good about something with the White Sox, Google him and watch some videos. It's Randy Johnson. It's Randy Johnson and Chris Sale almost like molded together because his breaking stuff's just unfair. And from people that I trust with their evaluation of farm systems, like people I hold their opinion dear, there's a good chance he is the top pitching prospect in all of baseball by the time the year's over.
Really?
Yes. And he got hurt last year. It was a minor injury, but they know his potential, so they're like, no, you're good, chill. You're done for the year. And, Noah Schultz, he'll be in single A this year, but he is. It looks like it's unfair to batters. Now, the other thing that should be interesting for White Sox fans is they have currently the number 9 rated overall prospect in the top 100. He's come up through the ranks. He'll probably start out. My guess is he's in training camp right now as a non-roster invitee, but that's just more to get him major league reps and be around the boys. But Colson Montgomery is very good. Colson Montgomery is the reason why Tim Anderson, well, one of the reasons. Tim did a lot of it himself, but is one of the reasons why Tim Anderson's down in Florida. Is also the reason why they went out and got a guy like Paul DeLong to play shortstop because he's not blocking anyone. When Colson Montgomery is ready to go, he will be your shortstop for the White Sox this year. He's very good. Now, he's a good-sized ball player, 6'3", 225. Like, he's not a little guy.
Yeah. A-Rod size.
Yeah, he's got
bigger.
He's got some pop, nothing crazy. He puts the bat on the ball, man. He had something, I forgot how long it was. It was like I think it was 26, 27 game hitting streak. Like, the kid can hit. He struggled. He got hurt last year. When he came back, he struggled a little bit in Double-A because Double-A has better pitching than Triple-A. Everybody knows that. Double-A is where that's where the best pitching is. And so they're going to start him again in Double-A, but, I mean, this kid, he's the truth. And he's got to work on his defense a little bit. Hitting's not a question. It's just he's got to get a little bit more defensively sound before they call him up. But I said on my show, there's a series like the first or second week of June on the South Side against, I think it's like Pittsburgh or Toronto. That's when I think you're going to see him. Second week of June. Because that way he'll be polished enough And, there's all that service time BS, but yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be up. But there's things to be excited for this year. I mean, another big thing, they didn't trade Dylan Cease like everyone thought they would. Well,
Yeah.
they haven't traded him. They haven't traded him yet, I should say. I mean, pitchers are going down like flies already. But if they don't trade him and this is a sinking ship, or they're a middle of the road team, if Dylan Cease blows the doors off the first half of the season, he gone by the All-Star break.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He gone.
I
Some people
hear
think
you.
they'll trade Moncada if he starts out hot too. Expiring contract.
I could see that. I could
He's
easily
out.
see that. Yeah.
Well,
So just talk a little baseball, but not actual baseball. All right. Old man Reinsdorf is looking to getting some TIF funds, and was talking to the governor. Hey, I just let me borrow 1.1 bill, yeah, and I'll not borrow. Let me have 1.1 bill, yeah.
Let me
And,
hold one bill.
Yeah, and your thoughts on the possibility of the White Sox moving to, the South Loop over there, right by the Target. Target will get busy, but your thoughts. We got some of the renderings here, which are really pretty. You see the river right there on the side. All right, here's another one from the outside, a little further back, and then the inside. So it looks like they have two video boards, which is pretty dope, inside and then the outside. Your thoughts on Reinsdorf going to get that cool $1 billion from the governor?
Love the idea of it. Hate the fact that he's trying to make the public pay for it. I mean, it's pretty much the standard practice. There's a video going around right now on social media where an older gentleman, I don't know his name, but he's like a economical genius, or like one of the guys that have studied his whole life. He talks about the new stadium playbook, and basically Reinsdorf is following it to a T. To get the public money, the threatening to move the team if he doesn't get the money, yada, yada, yada. All these owners do the same thing. And then we, the royal we, meaning the working class people that pay taxes that don't have $1 billion like Reinsdorf does, we end up paying for 75% of it. And the one thing in the video that was really eye-opening to me, because I thought it was a good thing at first, is how, Reinsdorf is pledging that how many jobs this will create and how much money it'll put back into the community and all that stuff. And I was like, hey, you know what? That's a good point. If you got all these new
for
places,
a year-ish or two, or year
well,
and a half.
This economic guy right away was just like, actually, it does the opposite, because here's the data from all these studies from different cities that got new stadiums and blah, 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 blah. And this is how it does not put more money back in the community. So I'm hesitant, man. It looks awesome. Like, it'd be really cool, especially for someone like me. I don't go to a lot of games, as many games as I wanted, because I have a 3-year-old son, and I'm at the mercy of I have to take I-55 to and from games. There's no other way for me. There's no public transportation. There's no anything.
No trains, Papa. No Metro.
I mean, no, because I'd have the Southwest line, and so I'd have to go into Union Station and then hop on the Rock Island, or I'd have to drive to Tinley, park Tinley, and then catch the Rock Island there.
Yeah,
which I guess isn't too bad. But if the new stadium were to go where it is in the 78, I could take a train and go into Union Station, and then that's a 5-minute cab ride. Or there's so many L trains there, and everybody's up in arms about there's no parking. They're renderings, guys. They're not going to do a rendering of a parking lot.
Yeah.
If you don't think they're going to
look at these beautiful parking lots.
Yeah, if you don't think they're going to put parking there, you're nuts. Because, when you build $1 billion stadium, you kind of want to put people in there. So they're going to put a parking garage there. I'm guessing they'll probably be like, like those 8-story parking garages you see all over downtown and stuff like that. It's going to kill tailgating, which stinks. I mean, there's going to be river cabs too, which is kind of dope. But it's going to kill tailgating, which stinks because that is part of the tradition in Chicago. But
big time.
There's going to be a lot of bars and restaurants, and Well,
you brought up something really good, though.
Yeah.
What about bar boats? You know what I'm saying? Well, you can go and you can have a floating, fucking cork and carries. You know what I mean? Or a couple of other things. Just bar, and you could fit like 100 or 200 people, depending on how. Hell, you could get a bigger boat. You can make, have a bigger boat made, and that comes every day. You know what I mean? There's ways around stuff. But
make
give
it
me
pontoon parking.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts though on the South Side has been the home to the White Sox. I mean, technically they'd still be South Side, but Bridgeport has been the home, and it's held them down for over 100 years, dude. How do you think that? Give me your thoughts on that, because you're just saying, you know what, fuck you, I'm leaving here. You know what I mean? He even thought about, you know what, let's build a park back where the old one was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, oh, I'm out. I'm leaving the neighborhood.
Yeah, because there's a couple. I mean, it all revolves around money, which no one's surprised about that at all. But the reason why you don't have so many bars and restaurants around the park currently like you do in Wrigleyville is because Jerry can't control it. Jerry doesn't get money from those bars or restaurants, and so that's why he's kept the parking lots huge and all this other stuff. In the new place, Jerry's going to see a piece of all those restaurants and bars and all that stuff, so that's why he's going to build it up real big. Now, I can tell you, I know from talking to people, a lot of Bridgeport people, they are not happy about this, which I get it. You know, some of those people, they moved there just to be close to the stadium.
Yep.
And now they're talking about what they would do with the stadium. I've heard Chicago Fire, the soccer team. I've heard that. And I've also heard them tearing down the stadium and using that lot to put up like affordable housing, which, okay, cool. You know, but it's just all
I would
talking shit.
Yeah, because that's, you know what, and that doesn't make sense, because you just tore down the projects in 90, 88, 90,
right.
Because, and the thing is, you want access to downtown, and so and look what they're doing. They're trying to do it off of 290 as well. People keep shooting each other though, so that's going really slow. But everywhere you go, when you're buying the expressway, you want access to downtown. I doubt they're going to be affordable housing there. That's going to be, I mean, in Bridgeport, the property values are through the roof over there. I think that could be a luxury, area because you're right there. 31st Street, you could take Clark Street in, you could take a couple other streets in to downtown and in and out quickly, or the expressway. Man,
I think I should be more clear, I guess. I don't think it's going to be like project affordable housing. I think it's going to be like townhomes or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be like, I get what you're saying. I know how it sounded when I first said it, but I think it's the rendering was like nice townhomes, like the ones that are connected and there's a wall dividing the two, like those kind of things. That's what the picture was, but God knows what it's really going to be. You know, it's just, again, we've all been around the block a lot of times, and when billionaires and millionaires start promising things, it's just bullshit. We all know that. Literally. So until concrete hits a slab or this is all done, I ain't buying anything that they're selling.
So who do you think has a better shot? Because these are funds that are available. These are actual funds that are available that expire at the end of this year, which is why Kevin Warren from the Bears is heading down to talk to the governor as well about a new stadium. So who do you think has a better shot? Do you think that the White Sox have a better shot to move it on 78, or if the Bears have a shot to move it to the south, lot, or because they're kind of done with they're posturing with
I would have to say I wouldn't be surprised if they were working together in some aspect, but because they're stronger together. But if it came down to Bears or the White Sox, they're going to give the Bears the money, because you got to think about it. The Bears have the whole city behind them. The White Sox have half, if that.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
So it's just, I mean, that's basic mathematics. So, I don't know. I think that this is all just one massive dog and pony show, empty threats, blah, blah, blah. Just so, I mean, rich guys get rich because they don't spend their own money. They get other people's money to spend. And
OPM, yeah.
That's pretty much what's happening here. And everybody can kick and scream and, whatever, but
I mean, you can't blame them though. I mean, you can't blame them. These are funds that are literally earmarked for sports teams. Literally, it's not like we're taking money we're not pulling a Brett Favre and stealing from Social Security. We're not taking, you know what I mean? This is earmarked for, and it expires at the end of the year. So if I'm a businessman, I'm a $1 billion businessman, I'd be like, hey, come up off them funds, man. Shit, I ain't got to spend my money. So I know other people are mad at them, but you can't be mad at them because these are earmarked specifically for teams. And if they built you a stadium, they refurbished the stadium, because remember when they first built it back in 1991, dude, that thing was just a slab of concrete and blue seats. Now it's got a little feel to it. It's got some home, and it's okay now. Now we can go. Then they added the food. You know what I mean? They did it's crazy. And you built us this stadium, you renovated it. Now build us another one.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, we could sit here and say what we think and all this back and forth until I see things being built. Because
shovel hits the ground, yeah.
Because that's part of the playbook, though, is you start saying, well, I guess if I don't get this money, I'll have to move this team down to Florida, or I've got to move this team to Nashville or anything like that. I mean, it's just, they like threaten us, which is,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Because that's why he had that meeting with the mayor of Nashville and all that other stuff. Like, Jerry's not stupid.
No.
But I will tell you, though, Jerry keeps telling his kids, as soon as he kicks it, sell the damn White Sox and keep the Bulls. I know that for a fact. And so one makes money and one costs money. So
yeah, and a new stadium would easily drive the price of that franchise up
big time.
On the river?
Yep.
Yeah, big time. Hey Zoe, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate it. Let everyone know where they can find you and your podcasts online.
Yeah. You can find me Twitter at Southside Zoe. I'm very active on there. The podcast is at Pinwheels Ivy Pod. We go live every Wednesday night. Around 8 p.m. ish. It's a format just like this with live comments and everything, and we love to interact with the fans. We're on year 5 of the show, so it's been going strong. We're doing giveaways and stuff like that now, so give us a shot. 8 p.m. Wednesday nights.
Great stuff, Bubba. Hey, have a great weekend. And I'll let you know about opening day. Now you've really got me. You piqued my interest, and I may have to shell out the money and head there.
At the end of the day, man, I just love baseball, so I'll be watching.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you. Guys, that's my man, Matt Zawaski, Southside Zoe, coming on talking baseball, talking White Sox baseball with us. Ooh, Charlie. I like it. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my guy, Damani Pugh, but he's coming on about 10:15, 10:20. All right. But don't worry. We got some Bears talk. We got some other stuff to fill that void till he gets in. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
To run for 17. Back he goes. Here comes Chubb. There goes the ball. Touchdown! Jones will walk at the left tackle. Time for Fields. Now he'll accelerate to get the first down. Great tackles, and he's off to the races. Oh, we got a terrific block.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class. These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
Yeah, my focus was on what the job is and as opposed to what it isn't. The opportunity to come here and to this organization with a defense that is clearly on an upward trajectory, that has some really dynamic performers in place with plans of obviously augmenting that. That's what my focus was, and that's what it continues to be. I've been a play caller. I'm pretty confident that I will do that again at some point. But right now, I'm really confident in what Matt is going to bring to the table in that respect, and I will support him as best that I can.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. That, my peoples, was a new defensive coordinator. Excuse me. It's interesting, and it's funny. I mean, it's a valid question, I guess. When people ask, well, how, are you okay? Because you're not going to be calling plays. He's like, yeah, well, I look at the stuff that I get to do. You know what I mean? It's a legitimate question. So I can't poo-poo it. You know what I mean? But it's interesting that people just go right away, just go negative. Why? You're not gonna be calling plays. How, dude, chill, relax. It's okay. It's okay, man. I'm trying to find the one. Goodness, I'm not gonna find it because I need it right now. Oh well. But you know what? My next guest, he was able to jump on a little earlier than we had scheduled, which is good. You can catch him every week. All right here on Sports Zone Chicago. You can catch him on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. All right, he's part of the Smoke Fellas. All right, Mr. Smoke Fella himself, Ben. Where's Kevin? KDL 33, Kevin Lauder. And when he's not suspended, Sly. And he's known by a few names. Lean Martin, Lucky Lefty. But man, he's my guy, Lucky Lefty. You can find him on Twitter at Damani Pugh 96335. Guys, just welcome back to Shawn and Maya, Damani Pugh. Lucky, what's up, Papa? How are you?
Hey, good morning, Shawn. How you doing today, man?
I am wonderful, man. Wonderful.
Thanks for having me. Man. A lot to talk about, a lot to go over.
Yeah, they let's get right to it. You saw that Mr. Washington, the defensive coordinator, you saw that, his presser yesterday. They also had Shane Waldron, and he talked about it. Interesting that they finally had it. You knew the questions were coming. The 800-pound elephant, gorilla in the room was, but it was Justin Fields, Caleb, and I think Shane did a good job of kind of like deflecting, and those questions weren't going toward Washington, but it was definitely going to Shane. Your thoughts on the press conference yesterday with Matt Eberflus? First of all, Matt Eberflus's new look. He's looking like a man, got a beard and everything, got a fade.
Right.
You know what they call the fade now? They call it the Travis Kelce. I'm like, oh my God.
And that's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful.
Very disrespectful, dude. But talk to me about Coach Eberflus and then the coordinators. What do you think of the press conference yesterday?
Well, I think the main one that everybody was really paying attention to was the Shane Waldron one. And they did a great job of prepping him. It was like prepping for the grand jury, you know what I mean? Because they knew he was about to get bombarded, and that they were trying to get some type of way of him to tip the hand on what they're leaning towards. So I think
you heard it every time they asked a question. You heard like 7 people ask a question.
Yeah, they were trying, but that's probably what took so long for the press conference to happen. They probably went through a whole couple of weeks of prep. Like, look, they asked you this, like just throw it off. So
he wasn't watching film; he was prepping.
Right, he was prepping. So I think he did a great job, though. Like, I've been watching, of course, different social media pages, radio, different networks, YouTube, and everybody's speculating and trying to break down what he was saying. But at the end of the day, we still don't know. We still don't know. He did a great job. So, and I'm pretty sure Pose patted him on the back when he came out of that press conference. Like, good job.
Yeah, it was good. I was really happy with it. I think it's a great job. I'm telling you, Ryan Poles is definitely running he is showing you, he is exercising. He's running a master's class on how to be a general manager. Yes. There's nothing out there. All right. Everything is speculation from everybody. No, you haven't heard my sources say, or what are they saying? Or other people that I talk to say, no, nobody knows. Because they'll say, yeah, my speculation after talking to a lot of people, here's what I think. That there's not in it, and it's crazy, because everybody knows I'm pro Justin. I just think shit matters. All right. It's
definitely
the whole thing. And I truly believe that there's something different's going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to be mad. A lot of people are going to be mad if once that first overall pick gets traded, man, oh man, people are not going to be happy. Let's take a listen to Shane Waldron, because people are talking about this particular part of his presser.
What do you find intriguing about the current situation that the Bears quarterback situation is in right now?
Yeah, I think, when you look at it from either lens right now, obviously it's a unique spot in the draft to have the first overall pick, the 9th overall pick, just from an organization in general. It's not going to happen too often. And again, every year is so individually based. This is that year. And then also a group of players that are already in place on offense, including the quarterback, that played at a high level and have displayed, the ability to win football games and make plays. So I think the combination of those two things were really intriguing. Then,
so he threw it. He's like, including the quarterback, core guys who've been here. Your thoughts? Yeah,
that was the focal point for a lot of the the different outlets that I was speaking about. They're saying, oh, they're gonna keep Justin now because he said it, but then some would say, well, he never said his name. But I think what it goes to, and we kind of talked about it last week on the show, the type of situation you'll be putting a rookie in, right? And like he kind of broke it down when he said, I got a quarterback playing at a high level. So we're not like this rare situation of having a number 1 overall pick, and this isn't some 2-3 win team here. This is a team that jumped from 3 to 7 wins, probably should have won 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. So you're coming into a pressure situation like any other rookie quarterback. This may be the most unique situation in NFL history for a number 1 overall quarterback. Usually go to a team that sucks. So there's no expectation. You come in here, you got high-level players. You got a lot of players that are in place. You got a number 1 receiver. I know we want Marvin Harrison Jr., but DJ Moore is a legit number 1 receiver. I don't care what no one says.
Hands down. No one got jack spit to say about that.
Yeah, Cole Kmet is up and coming. He had a breakout year. So you're pretty solid. Run game is solid. So it's not, and the line from what everybody else is, from the narrative is always splitting the Bears offensive line is terrible. I disagree with that totally. Yeah, you could definitely use an upgraded center. But I like the tackle situation, even the interior when Tevin Jenkins is healthy, of course. and Nate Davis finally got rolling after a slow start with his personal matters. So I think that there's a lot of things in place, and I think that's what Shane Waldron was leaning towards, when he was speaking. So which made it intriguing because everybody wants to know why'd you take this job, thinking that Matt Eberflus is a lame duck coach. This may be his last year if things don't work, and of course that usually means the coordinators are cleared out as well. Yep. So I think that's what I think he spoke on, the confidence he has, in what's in place now and in what, Poles maybe has planned or coming down the pipeline. So, but he left it open to either way. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So that was I think he did a good job. You give a little bit of praise, but not too much. He spoke well. So I think he did a great job with that.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed yesterday when the first question. I don't know if it was. I think it was Jason Leisure. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get blackballed. They ain't gonna like me in that press room. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I don't, like R. Kelly said, "What you eat don't make me shit." So I ain't worried about. You know what I mean? But everything's so negative. The first question was that, you've been here short, a couple of weeks now. Blah 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 blah. Have you watched anything on Caleb? Like, why would you watch the on Caleb? Why not watch? See that assumption already that we're taking Caleb Williams and we're not keeping Justin is a thing that bothers me, because that is an option. But other people are saying it's a foregone conclusion. And I've told people, I said they have to trade Justin now. I said, because otherwise I'm gonna be the most hated man in the Chicagoland area, because I'm gonna be the biggest jagoff that you've fucking seen. I'm gonna be the worst. As much as this little Caleb have talked shit, have disrespected Justin. All right, he's still the quarterback of the team that you supposedly like, that you follow, and you're talking shit about this guy, and it's bothersome to me. That really bugs me, and I can't wait, because I truly have a feeling they understand what's happening, what's going to happen. Obviously, they're just keeping it in. The latest person that kind of annoyed the hell out of me was, talk to me. We're gonna play 2 clips. We're gonna play Justin's clip when he was with the St. Brown brothers, when he finally admitted why he stopped following the Bears. And we're going to play a clip from David Kaplan, who was, I just thought was really out of line.
He been driving me crazy lately. Yeah, come on with it.
Yeah.
He's been driving me nuts.
Let's play this.
All right.
Where's that? Here you go.
Why do people take social media so serious? Like,
but like, why you don't follow the Bears?
This and that. Like, I still mess with the Bears. This and that. I'm just trying to take a little break. I'm following the Bears and the NFL, bro. I'm not just trying to have football on my timeline. Every Bears post, it's either
let's see who you follow.
Let's see who you follow. It's either drive Caleb. So it's like, bro, man, I'm tired of hearing the talk. Of course, I want to stay. To be honest, bro, I'll be trying to with all the talk, it's hard to, I guess kind of just be in one place, but I can't see myself playing in another place. But I feel like the biggest thing with all this going on right now, I just want it to be over.
All right. So he just wants it to be over. And I get it. You know what? You're tired of the nonsense. You're tired of the, of speculation, Caleb Justin, Justin's a bomb. Justin's this, Justin sucks, Justin, man. And then we get this.
Unfollowing the Bears, unfollowing the NFL, that's a coward's way out. I don't want all the rumors on my timeline. I just want to go on vacation and get away from everything. Then why do you go on a podcast to become the lead story on every channel? When has the Bears ever posted about a rumor? The answer is never. So that's a bunch of BS, Justin. 2, there's a mute button. Why don't you just mute the ones you don't want to see? Or, better yet, you can delete the app and sign back on when vacation's over if that's what you choose. 3, I want the TVs turned off. I'm tired of hearing about the Bears quarterback spot. Mitchell David Trubisky, 2019. How is that any different than this guy saying, I just want it to be over. I'm tired of the rumors. Caleb, Justin, Caleb. Why don't you just keep your mouth quiet and just get off the grid, man?
That had a lot. That end part had a big problem with that. It's very similar to shut up and dribble. Right. Why don't you just keep your mouth quiet? First of all, who the fuck are you telling another grown man how to handle his social media?
Exactly.
You telling another grown man how to handle something that he finds stressful and bothersome. Who the hell are you to tell a man, how to handle his business? And I think that was very disrespectful, a cowardly way. I don't. He said, well, "What's the difference between Mitch and Justin?" This is Justin's social media. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's not asking anyone at Hallis Hall or anyone else to turn off the TVs. He's turning off the thing that he follows, that thing that he is part of for a while, and it's social media. Dude, that was a horrible take. It was completely disrespectful, and this is why people don't like. This is why people don't listen to, don't like those guys, and this is why a lot of people love Justin Fields. And if you saw that interview, made Justin so human for people. That was a great interview. His facade was down because he's with his boys. He's with EQ St. Brown and then his EQ's brother. So it was a different interview than if you or I interviewed him, or if anyone else interviewed him, because he's very robotic. And I get it. That's fine. He's just like whatever. But there, he's with boys. He's guys his age. And I just think it was extremely disrespectful. I think it was a great interview by St. Brown. I think it was completely disrespectful by David Kaplan to sit there and say that's cowardly way. And completely disrespectful to tell a grown man how he should handle business, his own business. Because people aren't blowing up your timeline. I'd say fire Cap, fire Cap, fire Cap, fire Cap, fire. You know what I mean? They're not blowing that up. And how would you like it? And it bothers them, bro. Like, people forget these are actual human beings that are out there, not just robots.
And people also they don't take it to account that, a lot of times you're on social media for more than just football. You don't know who else he follows. You don't know what entertainer he follows. Maybe his favorite artist, maybe, a motivational speaker, whatever. He just didn't want to hear about football. So when they bring up, why didn't you just delete the app? Well, he didn't have to get off the app. And the other thing is, you don't even know if he handles his own social media. A lot of these guys don't do their own social media. So, and like you said, he's on there with his boys and people. I watched the whole interview. They talked a lot of football. They talked, they were cracking jokes. They had a lot of fun on the podcast, but people just wanted to focus on that one little part, which was really it wasn't even 2 minutes that they even talked about that. So it was so much more to that interview. And people, it's just overreaction time. And you're gonna keep getting this until whatever's gonna happen happens. And my thing at the end of the day is, you don't have to shit on Justin to want Caleb.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to, and vice versa. You don't have to shit on Caleb to want to keep Justin, right? I think Caleb he's gonna be a hell of an NFL quarterback, right? I do. Just watching it, and now that kind of the noise is dying down during the season, go back and look at some tape and watching other games. People focus on the Notre Dame game for Caleb. Hey, Caleb's a monster, man. He's a monster. But it's not. That doesn't mean Justin is trash, by any means. Mm-hmm. So it's that whole it's damn near that LeBron Mike Jordan debate. Like, I got to shit on one to big up the other one, and you don't, and you really don't. And I think that's why Justin has been careful of what platforms he's going on. He's probably been asked to be on plenty. He's probably been asked to be on plenty of other platforms. So he was careful. So he went on with his guys when he was comfortable, and he was just able to just have a little fun and get away from it. I thought it was a great interview. I wish they would bring up other parts of the interview. Even the crack about Detroit plays a little dirty and him. And he
talked about the number 34. What's his name?
With the
linebacker.
Hair.
The linebacker. Yeah. He's dirty. He gives you that extra stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really a fun interview. I mean, people act like he went on Club Shay Shay and did a Cat Williams. It's not that. It's not that. Like you said, we take the human side out of it. These guys are human beings. They want to break from it. Who wants to constantly hear about their name? And either, especially when people are talking crazy and the Dave Kaplans and all that, and he's always been an over the top dude anyway. It's just how he is. When he gets his mind set on one thing, he doesn't he has tunnel vision. He doesn't see it from any other perspective. And he's one of these guys that because he says it loud, they think it makes him right, which is idiotic. So yeah, he can go to hell. Ain't nobody thinking about David Kaplan. It was very disrespectful to call a man a coward.
Yeah.
That's one of the most disrespectful things you can call anybody is a coward. So come on now.
And see, he's lucky he's in the media because like you do that, like that's some on-site stuff. You know what I mean? Like who you talking and calling the coward? You know what I'm saying? Like on-site is like you can stole off of. You know what I mean? Like come on.
That's to hit you in the mouth statement.
Yeah.
Coward.
You come at me and my manhood, call me a coward because I don't want to hear people like you.
Exactly.
You know, and he's like, when have the Bears ever done, have done that? I get it. Cool. They're not going to post on a rumor. And maybe for him just to say, hey, listen, I don't want anything from the Bears. I don't want anything from the NFL. I just don't want football. And that's what he said. He goes, I don't want to deal with football.
Right.
And
exactly.
last I checked, the Bears were a football team. So it didn't matter about rumors or anything else. He just didn't want any football on it. He wanted to unplug. He wanted to go to Europe, where he said he was going. He wanted to go to Europe. Hopefully he could blend in, but tall black men are gonna. He's tall enough. They might think he might think he plays basketball, but then someone will know that he's Justin Fields. But just be a tourist, be a normal person. You know what I mean? And some people who've never had that type of celebrity don't get it. Let me tell you, bro, when I was in Italy, and I believe me, I'm nowhere near as famous as Justin Fields is here. I was really well known in Italy when I played out there, but it was nowhere near this. Man, sometimes I just wanted to get away, bro. Want to get away. Like, bing, like, bro, I would go. The thing that I would do is every Thursday they had American movies. The movies that were out here in the States, they had at a movie theater there. Bro, I would go there just to get away. Like I couldn't go when I went to eat. If I went to a bar to get a drink, they wouldn't let me pay. Oh, Americano paghi. Now that was cool. Don't get me wrong. They saved me money. But they wanted my autograph and this and this. Can we have a drink? And it's like, dude, I just want to go and chill. I'm a young kid. I'm 23 years old. Like, let me chill. You know what I mean? 23. And it's annoying at times. It was annoying at times. So I get what Justin's feeling. And that was just, you know what I mean? I'm nowhere near had that type of notoriety. But I get what he's talking about. And you just want to say, hey, listen, I want to unplug, decompress.
And the other thing too, Shawn, is this is the biggest story in sports right now. Yep. Every morning, every ESPN get up, every Colin Cowherd, every Skip Bayless, it comes up on every platform.
Great trade locations for Justin.
Oh my goodness. And I think anybody, like you say, the human side of it, anybody would just you just need a break, especially when it's no solution or there's no answer coming up anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the speculation, it'll drive anybody crazy. And he may not really know, because at the end of the day, we don't know what Poles and his staff is really thinking. They may not be telling Justin's agent what's going on. They don't want any leaks. He's playing this chess game. He's getting leverage. Nobody knows. Like I get it, all these insiders and everything, and everybody tries to pass off their opinions as truth, or they have this inside.
They got a guy,
right? like Brad Biggs. I love Brad Biggs. I love his takes on the Bears, but he's really been coming off very arrogant. Like, no, Justin's done in Chicago. It's gonna happen. He's done. He was saying this for weeks.
Yep.
And I think even before the season was over, Brad Biggs was saying, no, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
and it's just not. It's just not. And he claims he has all these insiders in the building. I don't think only people that know what's going to happen. Poles may not really know what going to happen. He's just weighing his options. Okay, if I can get this type of trade for this, I'll go this route. If I can get this for this, I'll stay this route. If Caleb impressed me and I feel like he's really that special, I'll go this route. Hell, somebody even brought up, quiet as kept, Drake May could be in the mix. They could trade from 1 to 2. They could dupe Washington, and they're coming up to 1, giving them a haul, and then take Drake May and still trade Justin Fields. Nobody has an idea. It could be Jaden Daniels. We just don't know. Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. He has all these options, and he's going to weigh them out. There's no way this man is too calculated. He's not going to make a decision. He's going to do what's best to make this the best team, not just about making the fans happy. Like he wants to win. He's going to keep building this winner. So, like I say, Justin, I don't blame him. Yeah, get off social media for a while. Get away. And guys do it all. Professional athletes do it all the time.
Yes, they do.
They do it all the time. A lot of them just cut off their social media, period. After the season is over, just so they can get some downtime, spend some family time, just not be bothered with it at all. But with this being the biggest story in sports, it's everything, every move you make is just going to be, looked at funny. He took his Bears picture down. That means they told him they're trading them. Every little thing you do,
Yeah, and that was the funny thing is like he didn't take him out of the bio, like Chicago Bears quarterback on IG. He still followed him on Twitter, and everyone's like, that means he's traded. When was it? Every time, and people jump and they make such affirmative statements. Well, he took it off. That means he's traded. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, you see this happen plenty of times. Guys have taken it down and they've gotten traded. Other guys have taken it down and then put it back up and they haven't been traded. It's happened, but it depends on what narrative you want to follow. If you're one of the little Caleb cult people, then you're going to say, "Oh, he's traded. It's a given." It's not, and I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be interesting. Like I'm not going to be nice. Like people are shoving this narrative down our throat. All right, and they're not even the possibility of him staying. And I'm like, there is a possibility. And I'm telling you, there could be a lot of people who don't like me in that press box. And you know what? I don't care.
Oh yeah,
I don't care because I'm going to talk a lot of shit to a lot of people. Like, yeah, well, glad your sources came through.
And you also got to look at if you do decide to go this rookie route with this rookie quarterback, the position you putting this rookie in,
big time.
It's crazy, man. First and foremost, you're replacing a very popular guy in the locker room, a leader. Think about it. Who was the leader on the offensive side of the ball for the Chicago Bears?
Leader of the team.
Yeah, not
just the offense, the team.
Exactly. He's very popular in that locker room. So you got to replace that. You got to step into a leadership role, like a big-time leadership role with high expectations. Fan base, you got a heavy Justin Fields fan base. Everything you do is going to be scrutinized. And the one thing nobody is even talking about is C.J. Stroud has raised the bar for rookie quarterbacks. You better come in here balling. You better come in balling right away because I think it's an unrealistic standard, but it just is. This is how the media is. And in a big market like Chicago with heavy media, you're gonna put this young rookie in a tight spot. So in the interview process, you better really drill him to make sure he can handle everything that's going to come down. Because like we say, pressure bursts pipes. Bursts pipes.
Yeah, it does.
Just get in there. This guy get in here and, what my Keanu Reeves said in Replacements, you get in that quicksand and you can't get out. It get a little scary, right? You get in that quicksand, you start panicking. And this thing could get away from real fast. So I think people need to be careful with that. Me and Angry Man argued all the time and KDL about, do the Bears need a quarterback? Because their thing is, you can't have the number one pick 2 years in a row and not take a quarterback. I just totally disagree. It wasn't like the Bears earned that number one spot because they were horrible. Carolina was terrible. They got the pick. This is what they visioned when they made the trade. That Carolina with this rookie quarterback is going to be bad, and we're going to be in a position to have 2 top 10 picks, which they are. So it's,
And that's the thing is, when people say, this is why I'd love to debate like Danny Parkins or any other person who's a Caleb cult member. They're like, well, you can't do that. I'm like, well, why not? You are gifted. Like, you're gifted this. You can't pass up the quarterback. I'm like, no, you're gifted this. How can you pass up 3 or 4 immediate starters, first and second rounders? How can you pass that up? Because you know what? Caleb Williams isn't rushing the passer. Caleb Williams isn't blocking 3 techs. Right. Caleb Williams isn't blocking the defensive ends on the backside, on the blind side. He's not doing that. So we need people Caleb Williams isn't picking the ball off as a free safety. We need those areas filled. And why fill them with a 3rd or 4th or 5th round pick when you can get them filled with 1st and 2nd round picks?
Exactly. And who's like Caleb? It's been even everybody who's making these draft lists. No one is saying Caleb Williams is the best player in the draft. He's the best quarterback in a lot of their opinions in the draft. But no one is saying, most are saying it's Marvin Harrison Jr. flat out.
Yep.
He's the best player in the draft, right? So if you don't need a quarterback necessarily, it's not a huge position of need, and you got the best player in this draft, generational talent, flat out, that everyone's talking about. These are the same people that say, well, no, you don't take a receiver at number 1. you just don't do that. Like the logic changes every time, but who says you have to take Caleb Williams?
One of the things I wanted, guys, we're joined by Damani Pugh from the Smoke Fellas. You can catch him tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, 11 to 1 right here on Sports Zone Chicago with his boys, the Smoke Fellas. You got Ben, you got KDL, Sly's on suspension, so he won't be around.
Always.
Just those 3, and I'll be in the back producing the show. What I said is this: I'm like, you have to make that trade with Washington. And here's the thing that I was on a podcast yesterday. I do another podcast, so make sure you tune in today at 3 o'clock. I'll be in a podcast. It'll be here on my Facebook page as well, with Nomad, and it's all Bears talk. All right, we're forgetting, and I told people yesterday, stop thinking like uneducated fans. When you're dealing with the NFL, you're dealing with billionaires, okay? And I just looked at it from the money perspective, and I said Washington needs a draw. They need something, need an attraction. They have a brand new ownership group, which Magic Johnson is involved in. They're going to want money, immediate money on the return. Now, granted, they're going to get their $300 million at the end of the fiscal of the league year. I get it, but they want more money that they can make. How do you do that? Season ticket sales. How do you get more asses in the seats? You draft the kid who's from the area, who's the next generational talent. He's going to put asses in the seats. It's no different than when Derrick Rose came here to Chicago. That United Center, remember, the streak had gone out, had broken, and the consecutive sellout streak. And when Derrick Rose came, they started that consecutive streak up again. And so not only did you get asses in seats and season ticket sales, think of the jerseys. Think of the jerseys.
And don't forget LeBron to Cleveland.
LeBron to Cleveland as well.
What that did.
I forgot. Thank you very much. I'm going to use that as well. I'm going to have to say my guy Lucky reminded me. I got to give you credit. But yeah, look at it and all that, and all that's money, because here, look at it. Half the fan base wants Caleb. Okay. So, and not even the whole fan base is going to buy Caleb jerseys. Okay. Many will. But you go to the DMV area, you got DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Everybody's going to want to buy Caleb jerseys. Those things ain't cheap. You know, them $150 a pop. The authentic ones. I get mine. I got a guy.
Right.
I got a guy.
Or go my route, custom made.
I got a guy. And the NFL don't get no money, but I got a guy. But I digress.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's money and all that, and that's part of the money that gets distributed at the end of the year is the merchandising. Like, dude, it is a perfect fit for him to go to Washington. And people are gonna get mad because I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the biggest jerk. I'm gonna be the biggest jerk and say, I told you. And I'm telling you, follow the money. Follow the money. You're just too damn, dude. I'm telling you, I might get into a fist fight up in there, dude. Because I'll be talking so much smack to people.
And don't forget, Angry Man gonna owe us a cigar too.
He's gonna owe us a cigar. He's gonna have to sit and take our mouths too.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to sit there and just take it. Here, take this crow.
There it is. We're gonna do a whole segment called Sly Eats Crow. Fried hard.
Yeah, Sly Eats Crow, and in parentheses, fried hard.
Fried hard. There you go. Yeah, let me ask you this though, Shawn. Do you think that free agency is going to kind of tip?
Oh, hell yeah.
Where they go? Okay.
You don't, dude. You're not going to pick. You're not going to. So Daniil Hunter is a guy that I want, and on my show, I thought about. I'm like, and the other show that I do with my guy Nomad, I'm like, yeah, but that's going to eat up a lot of our cap. because he wants about 20 mil a year, blah, 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 blah. I looked at the cap. So the cap this year is 240, 242-ish. Yep. Bro, the following year, 282. That's another $40 million. I'm like, damn, there's Justin's income. You know what I'm saying? Or that's when his 5th-year option. I said, that's his 5th-year option. I'm like, you got it.
Which is about 21 million, right? I think that 5th-year option is up.
No, he's getting 6. It's about 23 to 25, somewhere in there.
In that area.
So, because I remember it came out to about 30, a little over about 31 million for the last 2 years. Average out to 15 plus.
Okay.
Right, which is super cheap.
Yeah.
But you got more money. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. I said, you know what? Maybe we can't go after Daniil Hunter. All right, because dude, we get Daniil Hunter. Come on, man.
Oh my
that defense is ready.
Here's
what we need: Daniil Hunter and a free safety. And I'll put a rookie free safety back there. We got to sign Jalen Johnson too. But I'm okay walking away from him. But I'm Jalen Johnson and Daniil Hunter are my 2 free agents that I would love to get. Need a free agent center, but let's stay on the defensive side of the ball.
Mm.
If you get that, you're not getting a rookie to have him. Free agents are coming here to win. They're coming here to win. Here to sit and wait for a rookie to develop.
Exactly. I agree. I was thinking that, and I was just going over the free agent list. I was like, okay, and people, Chris Jones and all these guys, if they spend, because Poles has been very calculated in his spending.
Yes, he has.
His first 2 years, very calculated, and never wanting to be in a position where like Minnesota's in, and these other teams will have to get rid of, have to lose players because they cap is just completely
cap casualties. Yep.
Yeah, so he's been very calculated with that. So I think for me, I'm looking at it if he gets a little wild with the spending, he's probably leaning towards going with the rookie because you got the 4 or 5 years of the rookie deal that you could play with. If he stays the status quo, which he's done in 2 years, then I think that's in favor of Justin because you're still keeping that, still keeping him in good cap space. You'll be able to fit Justin's cap even when it's time to give him the big money, which some are projecting to be 50 million or whatever. By then, you're still not going to be in a position where, you got to lose a bunch of guys and your team ends up going backwards, which Seattle with Russell Wilson. So they paid Russ. Look how many guys you have to get rid of. And that team that never bounced back from that.
But you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. And here's the thing that people are saying. Justin's guaranteed 40 million. No, he's not.
Right. Not at all.
No, he's not. Because what the Bears did by screwing him over, okay, is they can I don't want to say lowball him, but they can give an offer that's not as high. Like I said 30 to 35 mil is where Justin will probably get. And I was like, no, it starts at 40, it starts at 50. I'm like, no, he's getting 30 to 35.
Yeah.
I'm like, and it does eat up all your cap. I said, plus the cap keeps going up every year. So once you get Justin set, okay, and if you don't, and you have and this is why I say pick up his 5th-year option because you can negate that, or you can add if your extension added on. When that thing goes up, you can front load Justin. Yep. You can front load that contract to the point. So for 1 year, he may be worth 50 mil because you have the room. But then guess what? Then the cap goes up the following year, and the next year he goes back down to 35, 40. That's just an extra 10 million you got because you front loaded it. You get up to the cap limit at 1 year if you want to front load Justin, and then everything else is less later. Trust me, Justin ain't gonna be mad if he gets a lot of his money up front. He ain't gonna be mad.
Not at all. And people always bring up the Daniel Jones situation with the Giants. I heard Kurt Warner talk about on NFL Network about how you don't want to be in a position like the Giants. The Giants really aren't in a bad position with Daniel Jones. They can get from under him next year without a big dead cap hit. They structured that contract to where they didn't go all in. So you pay them a little money now. They just didn't go all in. So I think it was very smart. So that's another option you can do as well. Unless Justin just comes out and balls out next year, just comes out under Shane Waldron and just goes crazy. And now you got to break the bank. You got to give him what he's worth.
But even at that, you think the Bears would say, "Hey, listen, that's only 1 year," but then Justin could come back and say, "Yeah, that's a year with one good year with a coordinator." If he stays a second year,
yeah. Or imagine this team winning 10, 11 games, getting into the playoffs.
Well, why won't they, Lucky?
Division. That's what I'm saying.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Dude,
Exactly.
they lost
The
3 games with epic, epic comebacks by the other team. We just literally lost those games. And now you got the defense. Now you got a whole offseason with Montez Sweat. You're going to bring in another free agent defensive end, probably. You're most likely going to get a free agent center and draft one. I mean, that defense is going to be ready. That defense is going to be ready.
Yeah.
I'm expecting playoffs. I'm expecting playoffs, bro.
Exactly. Which goes back to me. Talk about bringing a rookie quarterback into that situation. I don't know. I just don't know if that's. I wouldn't want to be a rookie in that situation. Not coming in like that. Like, hey, I got to come in and be an all-pro out the gate. I got to take my team to 10, 11 wins. But yeah, it's no reason, especially trending up. You went from 3 wins to 7 wins. You want to continue to trend upwards. We saw, they were better in a lot of places. I was okay with them keeping Eberflus. Some people thought they should have fired him.
Me too.
I was definitely okay. And it's, what he did with that, turning that defense around and getting them, into the top half of the league was impressive.
Well, let's talk about what Ryan Poles did with the staff. All right, so we got Shane Waldron, but we also got the Kerry Joseph, the quarterback coach, okay, who's probably tied with Waldron, okay, but then they also got, was it Thomas Brown? He interviewed for the offensive coordinator position with the Bears, and he didn't get it, went to Waldron, but he's the passing game coordinator. So now you talked about Justin balling out. Now, mind you, here's the thing. And here's another thing that really bothers me when people don't understand. Like, this is still a West Coast offense. There's a version of it. There's not a lot changing. Justin and the whole offense doesn't have to learn a new system. They're not learning a new system, new terminology. No, they're not learning that. So the transition should be smooth. And it's smooth down the road, because if Justin balls out, say Justin, just appease me. Say Justin gets 35 to 4,000 yards. All right. Shane Waldron's gone. He's got a head coaching gig somewhere.
Right. Exactly.
He'll probably take his quarterback coach too. But you know who we got? Thomas Brown, the passing coordinator who could step right in, and there's your consistency. There's a consistency. Now, Caleb Cultis can say, "Hey, that's there too for him," and that's very valid. But I just don't think that you're going to put a rookie into a situation where you're expected them to double-digit wins and get to the playoffs and vie for the division crown. I don't think they're going to do that. And here's another thing, Luck. I'll hold off on that. We still got like 6 minutes. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Coach Washington, the D-line coach, D coordinator, who's not calling plays.
Right.
You can have him come over, get acclimated, focus solely on that D-line, help with the game plan, help with everything. And then next year, or maybe even by the end of the year, Eberflus say, "Okay, guy, you got it." It's not like you haven't been a play caller before. You have. Yeah. You have been a D coordinator.
Yeah.
So now Eberflus can be that CEO guy. He's got the offense
that he originally wanted to be. Yeah.
Yeah. He got the offensive side taken. Even if the guy leaves, he got the guy right behind him on the staff. Yeah. You got a defensive guy who's well respected, who's really, really noted for building pass rushes. He's
a developer.
Yeah, getting a defensive lineman and rushing and getting to the quarterback with 4 people who can also be a D coordinator. It's working out really, really well in my eyes. And I think you just don't put that in the hands of a rookie, bro. You just
the one thing I did notice the big change with this especially on the offensive side of the ball compared to when Eberflus was first hired. You got a lot of first timers. Getsy, first time play caller. I think even the running backs coach, like everybody they had moved into the position. They had never done it before. This whole staff, they're all experienced.
Bingo.
At their position, at what their position. They're all experienced and have had success. They've all been on some level of success at that, doing what they're doing now. So I think that's very important, and it also shows that Eberflus knows what's on the line, and you don't have time to take a chance on a first timer. Which we'll talk tomorrow about Luke Getsy getting the Raiders job. I don't get it, but okay. But but banking on, like I say, banking on the first time, a guy doing it for the first time in this situation was not the way to go. So I salute the polls. Salute the polls with this.
So watch
Eberflus and polls. I give them both credit.
Yeah, watch this because, as I said on your show, I think a conversation had to be had, bro. Because you're not going to have a Eberflus come in and like, oh, by the way, we're going to gut the defense. No, all right. They had to be had to hire him. Like, hey, listen, we're going to hire him, but here's my plan. We're going to gut it in 22, 23. We're going to build it back up. If we have a chance to get a big free agent signing, D3 tech, whatever, we'll do it. Montez Sweat. All right. Well, you know what I mean? And in 2024 is when we'll truly, truly be able to evaluate you, because we can't evaluate you when we gut the defense. Can't do that. There's no way we can evaluate you. All right. But here, watch this. Watch this. Look. This is why the Bears must trade with Washington. And I'll take less assets. Like I said, 3 picks. All right. Give me a first, a second, and a player. Give me a first and 2 seconds. Okay. So you can have your first round pick in 26. Okay. But I need that first round pick next year. You know why? Because what if Washington's the shittiest team in the league? What if Washington has the number 1 pick and we got it 3 years in a row?
The hat trick?
The hat trick.
The hat trick?
The hat trick. Patrick Mahomes wins his 3rd Super Bowl in a row, and the Bears got the 3 years in a row, and they're picking 1 and 24.
Right. One of the first ever number 1 overall 10-win team, 10-11-win team. That'd be crazy, right?
Watch it. And what better way? How much better can you build a team?
Yeah.
How much better? How many times has Ryan Poles said he's building through the draft?
Well, and that's smart, because on top of youth cap space, you're paying rookie deals. Like the guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and you'll see him still like constantly draft like the same position. Like a lot of people are saying, why did he draft
double down?
He's going to double down because, especially when a guy, I wouldn't be shocked if they took another running back. Because
hell yeah,
Herbert's contract is coming up, his rookie deal is coming up. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna, you're gonna keep stockpile. It's the way you do it. I'm with the Bill Walsh tree of you fill holes in free agency and you draft talent. You draft talent. You draft as much talent. You draft the most talented players in that draft. That's what you want on your roster. And the more picks you got, the more swings you got at it. And he's
and the more high picks you have versus second round picks, bro. Come on.
They're right now talking. I've seen scenarios posted where he gets like 11 picks this year on this draft, in this deep draft.
Bro,
oh my God, that's crazy.
Dude, we could talk about this all day because I'm telling you, it just seems too right, but we got to run. Hey, Luck, great stuff, Papa. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on, and I will see you mañana. Do me a favor, let everyone know where they can find you online.
Oh, you catch me online. Hey, Facebook, look me up, Damani Pugh. You can also catch me on Instagram at Lean Martin, Lean Martin, Martin 623. Hey, catch us tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., man. We're going to have another great show. And, of course, I'm not going to do too much tonight, so I'll be good and, wired up for tomorrow. I'm going to smoke a cigar now. That's going to happen.
No. That's a given.
That's going to definitely happen. That's going to definitely
happen.
Sure,
the sun rises in the east. You smoking a cigar.
Every time. Yeah, thanks for having me, Shawn. Anytime, man. I love coming here, talking Bears with you guys, talking sports. And, you guys have a good Friday, man. Enjoy your day.
All right, now. Hey, guys, we got to take off. 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank my guests who came out, Matt Zawaski, for coming on talking baseball with us. My man, Lucky Lefty himself, Damani Pugh, talking Bears. Guys, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. It's a little cooler today, 47 and 50. Not 61 like yesterday, but it's a little cooler. So do me a favor. Get out there, enjoy it. All right, spend time with your loved ones. Have a good one. This show will be replayed at 8 tonight. No, 6 o'clock tonight. Second City Sports coming on at 12:15. This will be I'll be on my show at 3 o'clock with Nomad. So you have tons and tons and tons of the SuperBack talking football. All right, folks. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a great weekend, my sports owners. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm really thankful you follow me. Make sure you spread the word. Tell people about Sports Zone Chicago. We'll talk about the quarterback clock another time. Black Rain, thanks for tuning in, Papa. Your boy, the SuperBack. I am out.